the best way to get reach is to get shared. The best way to get shared is to make shareable content, right? Like I said, for instance, all my friends follow Modo Comedian, right?
I do as well.
Yeah. Every time he posts something, I share it with them. Even though I know they're gonna probably see it, I don't care. I want them to see it quickly, right? Because it's funny and I want them to laugh with me right now. So if you wanna get reach on Instagram or any platform, find stuff and make stuff that people want to share. People want to share highly entertaining stuff, highly valuable stuff, or just funny stuff, right? And you've got to kind of get to the psychology of why people actually share stuff. So, why did I share that? Because I wanted someone to share a moment with me. Why would I share like a post to my stories that, this fun fact or this news update? Because I want to seem informative, right? If I share something funny, I want to seem funny. So everything you share is what people will associate with you. If I share loads of funny stuff, people are going to assume I'm also funny.
Okay.
Oh, he's got jokes. Yeah, he's always sharing the funny stuff. If I share all the smart stuff, people are going to think I'm deep. If I share all the Christian stuff, people are going to think I'm spiritual. Yeah, so we as humans, we share stuff because we want to be perceived by other people a certain way, right? So you have to understand what your audience kind of wants to look like. So so if I share something about the algorithm and somebody shares it, that makes them look smart.
Okay.
So what do you want to give somebody? How do you know what I mean? When I share the Modo Comedian stuff or I share it to my thing, people know that I understand what funny is. Yeah, it's not me that's funny, but I know what funny is. Do you know what I mean? I get humor. Do you know what I mean? So, I share a lot of like news updates and stuff like that. People say, okay, he knows what's going on. So people always ask me loads of questions like, someone asked me something about IG Live the other day. Brian, what's going on with this? Is it broken? Why? Because they know I'm always informed. Do you know what I mean? Because I always share information.
Okay.
So it works both ways. So if you want to get reach, the ultimate way of getting more reach is creating stuff people want to share.
Makes sense.
The only way to figure that out is to literally do. I always say you can't learn to swim from a book. Yeah, you can learn front stroke, breaststroke, backstroke, all of the strokes. Until you jump in the water, it don't really matter what you read in the book. Fair. So if you want to figure out, how Modo Comedian came up and all these kind of people, they literally just kept posting until you hit a couple of cans. And then that was the one that was funny.
That's fair.
So all you can do is just keep trying until you find that sweet spot of what people like and then keep doing it.
So you're basically saying almost like, not necessarily trial and error, but in a sense,
trial and error. Yeah, trial and error. Just keep doing. Like for instance, like some people might say certain artists just are making the same song over and over again. Well, yeah, they found their formula.
They found what works, basically.
Just like clothes. You try if you look back at all your funky clothes that you used to wear, you finally found your style, and that's how you dress right now, innit? That's like you wear these certain t-shirts from this certain place, these certain jeans and these certain trainers, right? Or dress, or hat, or whatever. And that's how you get reach. You keep doing what works, because that's what the people want. Yeah. So you have to kind of find a sweet spot between what you like, what you know, and what people want.
Okay. So does that go hand in hand with like post timing, basically?
Yeah, so post timing is, so even though it's algorithmic, so back in the day when it was chronological, if you posted at 4, someone had to open Instagram at 4 p.m. and see your post. If they opened it at 4:10, your post would be further down because somebody else posted at 4, who you followed.
Yeah.
So what happened was people were missing 70% of posts. So that's 7 out of 10 posts people were missing because you had to log in at 4 p.m.
to see the post that I posted at 4. Okay.
Yeah. Otherwise, 10 minutes later, it's probably pushed down to the feed because somebody else is posting.
Thousands or if not millions.
So people used to say, come Instagram every day, 4 p.m. I'm posting. I used to follow guys like that. When it's algorithmic, it don't matter. Because it's trying to, whether I posted 3 days ago, it's going to show it to me because
at the top of my...
Yeah. And it'll be next to something that posted 10 minutes ago.
I realized
because it don't matter. I'm just showing you what you like versus what time. But the time is still relevant. So in terms of, like, I'm in London. If I post at 2 a.m., who's awake? No one. That's true. That's so yeah, they'll see it when they wake up at 9 a.m. and they open Instagram, but you still need to kind of get that initial boost or that initial engagement from when you post. So if I post at 2 a.m. and I get 3 likes, yeah, of course I got 3 likes, no one's awake. But if I post at 9 a.m. and I get 30 likes, well, of course, because everyone's waking up, getting ready to work, starting at their desk, right? So yeah, there's still that kind of local factor based on the kind of country you are that makes the posting time still relevant. Because I know some people always say that posting time isn't relevant because of the algorithm and I posted 3 days ago. Yeah, but it's still relevant. Instagram still counts it.
Does Instagram come into effect when, for example, it's been shared quite a lot, so they know that that's the kind of content you want to see, so they'll post that at the top of your feed, like you were saying.
Yeah.
Timing doesn't matter as much.
It doesn't matter as much.
But it's still.
But even me saying that, I don't know.
Fair.
Do you know what I mean? Exactly. So it's relevant, but there is no. I can't say this is number one and this is number two, this is number three. All right. I don't work there. I didn't make the algorithm. I know how it works, but I don't know
for certain.
Yeah. You know what I mean? So yeah.
That's fair. So I've realised that. So I've looked at certain posts, for example, and then I'm thinking, wait, did this person post at this time? And I'm looking at it, but it doesn't. It says 8 hours ago or 2 days ago.
Yeah, exactly.
And I realised that nowadays they're starting to throw things at the top of my feed.
Yeah.
But then obviously it's shown because of my behaviour, I think the algorithm has realised I like this certain, these. So I like many of the same pictures, and then when I go to my feed or my my explore page, is many of the same things.
Even if you don't like the picture, even if you just look at the picture, it knows like you've looked at it for 30 seconds. Because there's certain, like I follow a meme page, I never like the pictures and they always pop up in my feed. But it knows like I've looked at it and I've shared it. So it always pops it up.
That makes sense as well. That makes sense. On my explore page is always about waves and.
So if you don't want your girl to catch you liking pictures, you can just look at it. It still comes up. If you know what I mean.
I'm not gonna go into too much detail.
We won't.
And it has to be a quick one, so don't.
No, you can look at it for as long as you want, but it's logging that. It's like just like a video, right? It's logging how long you watch the video for.
If I was to start my own business or just be some sort of content creator, going off what you said, I'm not saying that everything you said is set in stone, but it just makes sense to make something that's shareable, that people want to share, people want to see, make sure it's good enough content for people to actually go, you know what, I'm going to send this to my friend, it's related to what he likes to see or what she likes to see, so on and so forth. Is that basically what you're saying?
If you're just starting out and you want to be a creator, you want to be an influencer, first thing I would say is have fun. Forget anything.
So look like you're enjoying it.
Forget everything and have fun. Because it shouldn't be stressful. Like if it's stressing you out or it's like, it's getting to you, just like, why are you doing it? Like, would you be in a stressful relationship? No. Well, some people are actually. Would you be in a stressful job? Well, again, some people are, but for the most part, it gets to the breaking point where you're like, F this, man, I'm out. Do you know what I mean? So have fun. Like, life is short, you know? Have fun. You see everything I post on Instagram? It's because I want to post it.
That's fair.
I have fun. Do you know what I mean? So create what you want to create until people show you that they like a specific thing. And then keep creating that. So in the beginning, don't try and figure it out. You're not gonna figure it out. You're not gonna write some equation and like, yes, I'm gonna post this at this time and this format and this color. You're not gonna know. The only way to know is to have fun with it, because when you're having fun with something, guess what? You wanna go do more of that. When you're not having fun, you don't want to do more of it. Do you know what I mean? So you don't, and then it gets sloppy and it gets rubbish and it gets boring. Then eventually, you don't do it no more. And people can see that. I've been following people and I can tell they're bored of posting on Instagram. But because they got followers, they have to keep up. You know what I mean? I have to keep the dancing, keep tap dancing. But they're bored and I can see it and I'm like, I can feel it. Yeah. So I'm bored. Do you know what I mean? Because you're not putting effort in. I can feel it, and it's like, I can tell you're not putting no effort in no more because you're bored. And I've seen a few people and they stop and then they come back and they have a blog post saying why I stopped on Instagram and all that kind of stuff. But I can tell. But just make sure you're always having fun. I was speaking to someone the other day and I said, if you're not having fun no more, because you feel like you've kind of got the followers or you've been doing what you do it too much, go back to the bottom of the mountain. So usually when you feel kind of like you've done it all, you're at the top, you need to realize that you're actually at the bottom of another mountain. So you need to kind of reignite yourself and kind of give yourself a new task. Like with me personally, graphic designing, I'd been doing it for about 10 years. I was like, man, I'm a bit bored. I've been doing logos, flyers, all the print, all of that, right? Leaflets, everything for the government, this government, that government, all of that, right? And I was like, what can I do that's different? And I said, well, I could just consult. You know what I mean? I want to start creating content. And content is a different game because it's every day.
So to cut you off, I was going to say, did you realize that you were good at consulting?
Yeah, because so usually if I design a logo or do a brand identity, they usually just run off. But I started realizing that when they run off, they don't really last long. And for me, it was like a personal responsibility to give you my work, or give you, help your brand look good. But you also need to survive out there. And obviously this is stuff I'm interested in, so I'm always reading about it and whatnot.
Okay.
So I was always, after a while, started just talking to them and giving them tips, which is like basically business and marketing, isn't it? So the people I designed for would last longer than 6 months, because what's the point of making something for 6 months? It's not a pop-up brand, is it? You want your brand to last 10, 20 years. Pass it down to your sons and cousins and whatnot, right? So yeah, so I realized that I'd just been talking to people all these years, and I thought, I'll just offer it as an actual separate service, right?
Okay.
So you don't have to kind of come for design and come for branding, but usually what happens is people come for branding, consultation, and then I might end up designing for them. So it works out either way.
So you're good at what you do. You don't stumble. I know a lot of us stumble across stuff that we're good at by accident.
I stumbled across a graphic design actually.
Did you?
Yeah, so I used to want to be a comic artist. I love comics, and then I wanted to be. That didn't seem like it seemed like it made sense. So I wanted to be an architect.
Okay.
And then my auntie sent me to a summer school in Goldsmiths College. Is it Goldsmiths? Yeah, Goldsmiths College. And then there was this iMac there. It's like this old iMac with like a long neck and a screen, and you could kind of move it around. It's a G4. And I was like, what the hell is this machine? And then I had a graphic design teacher, and he was showing me all this different art stuff that you could do on Photoshop. I was like, what the hell is this? I was like, this is so fascinating. You mean to me I could just draw something and it goes in the computer? I never heard of it before. I never heard of graphic design. I was 15. But I used to like draw a lot. And then I was like, wow. And after that, I was there every day. When I went back to college, I was doing like an architecture course in college, Richmond College. I changed it to graphic design. And when I say I was there until the cleaner kicked me out, I was really there until the cleaner kicked me out. So yeah, that's what it was for me, man.
That's fair. I was gonna say I stumbled across barbering. My why was basically I didn't want to line up in the queue for 4 hours and get a half decent trim.
I feel you.
I wanted a really good trim and I wanted to get it straight away.
Yep.
So
that's what we're suffering from in the UK, No appointments, just walk in.
Be able to, so I kind of get it. I just wanted to be able to, you know what, my trim doesn't look loud today. I need to I either need to pick myself up, or I just look rough. I've got an event coming up. Anything coming up, I've got a trim. Boom. I don't have to book an appointment. I don't have to pay double. I don't have to call the barber, go there and still wait, or wait for 4 or 5 hours, and then my whole day's gone. None of that.
That's why I stopped going to the barber shop as well. Ain't got time for that.
So I just thought I'll do that myself, and then cut my son's hair as well. He's very ungrateful, because I never got my trim. I got the front to back, everything off.
You're giving him the fade,
No fade. And the head was hot at the end because they never oiled the clippers. They didn't know about that. I obviously found out about that when I learned how to do barbering properly. But yeah, man. Let me just quickly do this.
Good to meet you, bro.
Good?
Perfect, man.
Bro, it's been an absolute pleasure.
You too, bro.
Nice to meet you, man. Looking like a good man, I can't lie.